The commander of the final mission of the Space Shuttle Endeavour, and today retired astronaut Mark Kelley, touched down in slightly different territory, West Palm Beach. And before we went on camera, I told Jason Hackett how jealous I am that he got this interview with this popular astronaut. Great stuff. And you join me now with what I know is a great and interesting day.
Definitely got the assignment that everybody was jealous of today. But Captain Kelley was actually the guest speaker at the 34th Annual Women in Leadership Awards event at the Kravis Center today. In fact, he's the first male speaker in the event's history. We talked today about the past, the present, and as you'll see, the future of space exploration. He's been to the heavens and back.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, there's nothing else like it.
And even though he has both feet firmly planted on the ground now,
I didn't go to space camp either.
Yeah, see,
Captain Mark Kelley still wants to take space exploration to new heights.
Because that's just who we are.
So after conquering space, he's on to his new mission, encouraging these teens attending the Women in Leadership Awards to reach for the stars.
to go into space, I would totally do it. I would totally do it, definitely.
Captain Kelley says the future of space travel is important. Congress just approved a $19 billion budget for NASA, a budget, he says, that is worth every penny.
And I'm not only talking technologies. I mean, we get industries from that. So it's well worth the investment.
But where does Mars sit on that agenda?
It's not the rocket science that we have to figure out. It's the political science. So first of all, we need the American people to want to do this.
You don't have to ask Alexandria Neal twice.
Mars, I mean, who doesn't want to go to Mars? That's great.
The 14-year-old grew up in the shadow of Cape Canaveral.
When the shuttles would go off, you can hear the house shaking and everything's rattling.
The message she took away from Captain Kelley is one intertwined in the rich history of our space program.
You're going to fail. There are times that you are going to fail, but that's not a step back, it's a stepping stone.
Meaning the journey should continue.
I don't think we have a choice. I mean, we're explorers.
Now, you may recall Mark's twin brother Scott is also an astronaut. He spent an entire year in space while Mark remained here on Earth, so NASA scientists are using the two to study the effects of space on the human body. And one interesting note about that, there's these little things on the end of your genes that are called telomeres, these little structures. Basically, the shorter they are, the older you are. So the thinking was that when Scott went into space, they would get even shorter. When he came back, they were actually longer. So is space the next fountain of youth?
That's kind of the question out
there. Oh, boy.
Maybe now I'll want to go.
Oh, finally we've talked her into going into space. Okay, great.
I'll book you a flight
That's
right away, Kelly.
interesting.
Very
Isn't
interesting.
that interesting?
He'll book it right behind his. This guy's got a NASA
Yeah,
app
and
on his
yours.
desk right now.
You'll bully all of us out of the way, Michael.
Hey, that's great stuff.
Interesting. Thanks.
you.
Glad you had fun.
Good.